of Anako, there was a tree that stood at the edge of the forest. It was no ordinary tree. It was an Iroko tree, tall and imposing, with branches that seemed to reach the sky. At night, the villagers would hear strange drumming coming from the tree, but no one dared to investigate it. "Leave that tree alone," the elders would often say. "It is not of this world." One sunny afternoon, Obinna, a handsome young farmer, was walking by the forest when he saw her. She was the most beautiful woman he had ever laid his eyes on. Her skin glowed like the morning sun. Her hair was long and dark, and her smile was enchanting. She sat under the Iroko tree, weaving a basket. "Who are you, and what brings you to this part of the lonely forest?" Obinna asked. "I am Nkem," she replied, her soft, melodic voice. "I have no family. I live here under this tree." Obinna was smitten by her. He visited her every day, bringing her food and gifts. Soon, he asked her to marry him, and she agreed. The villagers were shocked. "You married a woman from the forest? Are you sure she's a human?" they asked. But Obinna didn't care. He and Nkem lived happily, and soon they had twin children, a boy and a girl. Nkem was a loving wife and a mother, but she had one strange rule. Obinna must never follow her into the forest at night. And for a while, Obinna obeyed, but one night, curiosity got the better of him. He followed Nkem into the forest and watched in horror as she walked up to the Iroko tree and began to change. Her arms became branches, her legs rooted into the ground, and her hair turned into leaves. She was a tree, and she was not just any tree. She was the Iroko tree that everyone was afraid of. Terrified, Obinna ran back home, and the very next morning he confronted her and said, "Nkem, what are you?" Tears filled her eyes. "I am the spirit of the Iroko tree," she confessed. "I only wanted to live as a human, to love and be loved. But now you know my secret, and our children will now bear my curse." Obinna was furious. He told the villagers, but they laughed at him. "A tree? Your wife? Obinna, you must have gone mad." Determined to prove the truth, Obinna led them to the tree one night. But there was no drumming, and there was no transformation, just a silent, ordinary tree. The villagers mocked him and left. The next morning, Obinna woke up to find his children gone. In their place were two young saplings, their leaves swaying gently in the breeze. He fell to his knees and he wept. From that day, no one in the village approached the Iroko tree at night, and the drumming returned, louder and more haunting than ever. And if you listen closely, they say you can still hear the children's laughter between the beats. Thank you guys for listening to this intriguing tale. See you on the next one.